Right, well, g'day and welcome back. This will probably be the last in the series of this build here for a while. We do have quite a lot of work to do. We still have empty rooms either side of the main corridor here, and now we've got our survivors kind of bunched in here, so eventually I'd like to sort of spread them out and find a better home for them. I'm not really sure how I'm going to do that at this stage, which leads me to one of the changes that I've made very recently, which is here. There's a possibility that I may move them downstairs to this zone here. Not really sure as yet. I probably won't, because I do like kind of having the spawn point upstairs and then just kind of going straight to my builders. Still yet to decide. Anybody who's followed this series would know that it's been sort of a bit of a wait and see a lot of the time throughout the entire build. So I've just kind of been making it up as I go along, really, for the most part, which is kind of the way I like doing stuff. I do have a roundabout idea of what I'm doing, and I have an end goal idea on what I want to get done, but not really how to get there. Another thing that's changed since the last update on this build is I've gone through and planted a host of yucca palms here out the front. As they survive in the desert, I knew they wouldn't be too concerned with the dirt here, so I've just gone through and planted a whole host of them. It was possibly more of a test case than anything else. I wanted to see how they actually grew, and they've grown quite fine. It just takes them a little while to actually sprout. So the changes that have been made, I've gone through finally here and filled in this space and put some walls here and put a couple of pillars in. I haven't sort of gone through and done any detailing or anything as yet. The intention is I'll have a corridor that links through to the ground floor here, so there'll be an alternate entry to get into here. There is a possibility, as I was mentioning earlier, about possibly putting my builders down here. I'll think about it, but I actually do have the potential to put my flame shrine down here, and I've got enough shroud callers and other materials to upgrade the flame shrine very easily to max now that I've been through so far through the game. So I've got well and truly enough materials to actually upgrade everything up to Altar level 4. And in terms of the height of the build, I still have plenty of space left over up top. One of the very small things again that's changed in here is I've added a palm in here, but that's not a huge amount of it's not a huge update, I guess. What has changed though is I'm now unable to access my latch points up there, which I'm going to have to address. I'm not sure if it is with regards to this palm being here or not. I'll have to check it out. And I've just dismantled the palm now, and it's not due to that. It's due to a height change in the garden, so we'll have to address that at some stage. However, I've got so much time invested in other builds, and as you'll see, my character has a really rubbish outfit on, which means which is due to the fact that I'm doing another series on a walkthrough through the entire game. So that's also in progress right now, which is holding up a lot of other things. As well as that, I have my other build, which I'm doing on this world over here in progress, I will get back to what I have changed on this build, by the way. Just sort of giving you a bit of an update on what's changed in total. This is my Hobbit Town build, which I've been doing as well, which so far has encompassed 4 floors, about 20 different rooms, a whole heap of different sections. It's a massive undertaking. Plus I've just started a new store there, and there's another new store that's going to be on the right hand side. Each of those have 3 rooms so far as well. So I mean, there's a hell of a lot of work that I'm doing just on so many other different builds, so I really don't have the time to spend on this main build, and I prefer the area here now anyway, just with a bit of greenery and whatnot. And with regards to greenery and shrubbery and whatnot, we spoke a little while ago about, I created a bit of a mythology that the flame was the source of water, and last time we went through and checked in on this side of the build here, where we took a look at our little botanic gardens that's accessible via the central area. And what I've gone ahead and done is I've created a bit of a botanic gardens on the other side as well. However, what I've done on this side is I've mostly populated it with kind of the desert trees and plants. There are a couple of flowers and whatnot in there, but if I just did it with desert plants, I wouldn't have too much to actually populate it with. So what I've done is I've put a yucca palm in there and lots of capsicums and aloe and that sort of thing, which is desert plants, I guess. So as you can see here, it's filling up quite nicely. I've still got a couple of the brown trees that are growing. I'm not sure how many of them I'll actually leave in here or not. And I still have to put some barriers on the outside as well, the little wooden garden barriers. And we've also got a little area underneath here as well. So that's the other sort of major change we've gone through. This looks like a tiny little piece of work, but this was about maybe 10 hours of work, just this bit here. Because I had to go through and add, you know, you go through and you add terrain, one little bit of stone here, and then you do a little terrain with a little bit of farmer's soil, and then you do another little piece of terrain, and God, it's such a pain in the butt. But I mean, the end result looks pretty good, and I'm very happy with the end result. So, you know, at any rate, the other thing that I've gone through and started to do as well is utilizing some of the new blocks in here. Now, if you had a look upstairs previously, you can see I created, I guess, everything that was undercover. I wanted to make sort of a everything that was undercover, I wanted to make a hydroponic type setup where it had grow lights growing everything. And upstairs we've gone with the blue lighting situation, and I've added the blue, or the sort of dark greeny blue of the chests there. And I wanted to have here a theme of the green. So what I've done is use the gel blocks there, the green luminescent block for that light there. And for the other ones here, I've used the ectoplasm block. So those ectoplasm blocks are just the lights, and here this gets us into the Great Hall, as you'll see, and you might recall from earlier. I've used the polished stone blocks here as well. I may go through and sort of clean up a little bit of this under here and replace that with polished stone. I might even replace these tiles here with the polished stone, going all the way from here into the entry. I'm not really sure as yet. Haven't really formulated a concrete plan at this stage. I just wanted to get the groundwork done for that, and it was something that I kind of messed around with only for half an hour after finishing this section of the build here with the garden. The garden here was a really big pain in the butt because I had to kind of get all of the tiles level on this side for how far the building went out and match it with the other side. So I was constantly running backwards and forwards from one side of the building and going, how did I have that again? How was that? At this stage, I think these trees should be okay. They should grow to the point where I've still got a view of that mountain range there and the snow-capped peaks of it. I should have, you can see the other tree there, how high it is. It's kind of about, I don't know, maybe 16 blocks high kind of thing, I guess, before it starts getting really, really leafy. So I think it'll kind of, these ones here will sort of grow about another 8 blocks each. So we should have a bit of a view out, but I'm not really too concerned. I don't mind it that it's kind of like this here, where you can't see everything. It makes it a little bit more interesting, to be honest, and that was why I put these trees here in the first place. So that's about it in terms of the updates for this. There's not really a heck of a lot else that's changed anywhere else. I do have a lot to go, as I mentioned earlier, but even if I don't get back to doing this build or finishing this build, it's been a really enjoyable and interesting journey to actually get here and finish off what we have finished off. I'm really happy with this building. It's been a heap of fun getting it done, getting all the detailing done. I've really learned a lot about how all the building actually functions in the game as well. Well, let me know what you think of the build in the comments down below. I really do appreciate that. And if we don't get back to this building, it'll be sayonara from this build. And we'll see you over in the Hobbit Town build. That's me signing off for now, and we'll see you next time on Glitch Gaming.